Hi everybody! It's our last wolf drawing on Art is Fun with Nonna, and I hope you'll enjoy it. The wolf is howling at the moon. I really get a picture of that, of the wolf out in the mountains or just looking at the full moon, and they always love to howl at it. So we're going to try this one, and I think you'll enjoy it. It's not as complicated as maybe some of the other wolf drawings, but it's very, very attainable. And if you keep practicing, you'll do it, and you'll be a wolf expert. So grab your pencil, your pad of paper, and your eraser, and let's get started. Before we get started, I just thought that I would point out that there are 3 circles in this drawing. If you can see these pencil marks, actually there's 4 circles. There's a circle of the moon. There's a circle, we're going to start out with a circle as the head. Then we're going to make the circle as the body, the chest. And then we're going to do the hindquarters of the wolf as a circle as well. And then we're going to do a curvy line like we've been doing with some of these other drawings, like with the chameleon's tail and the other tail of the wolf. It's not as hard as it looks. And I think if you were to do a dark background and a large yellow moon and the wolf, it would be a very nice present for mom or dad. You know, Father's Day is coming up. And we just had Mother's Day, so I know that your parents would love to see some of your artwork. And I'd love to see it too on my channel, so don't forget to upload it. So let's get started with our howling wolf. All right, so we're going to start in the right-hand corner at the top, and we're going to make a large, probably the largest circle. And with drawing, you need to kind of let your hand be kind of loose. I haven't mentioned that before, but when we're doing our letters, we kind of tend to get real stiff and try to make everything exact. But with drawing, you need to be a little bit loose, and don't worry about your mistakes. Just have fun. It's very important to kind of let your creative side just sort of flow. So now we're going to do another circle. The circles are going to kind of go this way. And there's going to be 4 of them. So let's do our second circle. That's going to be the wolf's head. And that's going to be, I think that's a good size circle for our wolf head, because the muzzle is going to come into the moon, and it's going to be behind, the moon's going to be behind the head. Now we're going to make another circle, and this is going to be kind of, this is going to be the shoulders of the wolf. And it's going to be a little bit larger than the head. Like that. And then we're going to make the hindquarters of the wolf. This is our 4th and final circle, and we're going to kind of make this touch right here. So the wolf is sitting and he's howling at the moon. So make those kind of touch. Now, oh, and we got to do our tail. So let's just do a line from this circle and just make it kind of a swooshy line like that. I don't know if that's a good word, but kind of a flowing line, because his tail is just sticking out there and it's all fluffy like that. How's that? I think that looks pretty good. Now we're going to make a little like triangle shape, and that's going to go into the moon. You can make a triangle, and then we can fix it and modify it a little bit to make it look more like, less like a bird beak, because right now it looks like a bird beak, but it'll change, don't worry. Now we're going to make a little triangle off of the ear, and the ear is going to go back sort of behind the head like this. I think it needs to be a little bit bigger. There we go. Remember to stop the video if you need to modify a little bit. Now we've got to connect the head to the body, and we're going to make a little bit of an arc on the bottom of the head to the shoulder, and then we're going to make another arc here, and now we have a pretty good neck. Now we're going to take this line, and then we're going to kind of follow this line, but you're going to connect the torso or the body of the wolf to the hindquarters of the leg, like that. And then we're going to go over here, and we can start making our shaggy lines if you want, but he's got to have his legs under him when he's howling. The back leg is going to be this line here, and the front leg is going to come in front of the back leg, and we're going to make 3 lines here. And I think I'm going to have my tail come up just a little bit more, so I don't have to do too much more detail on those legs. He's going to have a big old fluffy tail. But if I want my wolf to have a fluffy tail, he can have a fluffy tail. And remember that your drawing doesn't have to look exactly like mine. There we are. We're going to erase that and put the tail like that. Now we're going to erase this line here. And this line just will come up like that, because that's the leg that's bent and he's sitting on it. Now we're going to make maybe some more fur coming off of his underbelly. I know there's a lot of fur on the underside of the wolf to keep his belly warm. Now let's make that a little bit thicker. Then we need to erase these lines here. Okay, and we can make our fur if we want. Those little jagged lines make it look more fluffy. Now let's work on this head. All right, so I'm going to put this in just a little bit and then make a furry neck coming down. My neck's going to be a little bit thicker than I thought it was at the beginning. That's okay. And I'm going to make another triangle in the ear and make some fuzzy lines here for the fur. And some furry lines there. Now we've got to make this look less like a beak and more like a muzzle. So we're going to round that triangle off and round this one off. And I think that looks better. Now we'll erase those lines in the muzzle. All right. He's looking good. Now let's make his nose, which is just like a little arc there, and we'll color that one in. This one's easier because we don't have to make the mask of the wolf, but you got to position this eye pretty good. Now that muzzle needs to be a little bit wider, so I'm just going to fix that. Okay. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. Now we're just going to come from the ear across and put his eye right about there, and that's just going to be like, because he's got his eyes closed and he's howling away making his music. I think, looking at it, I'm going to make this leg a little bit thicker, so that leg is this leg is behind this leg, and I'm going to erase that line so his leg looks like it's attached to his body. And then I think our wolf needs to have some sharp teeth. So let's make some little triangles in his mouth, like almost like a W, if you know how to make a W. And then we'll make some bottom teeth. So just look at it and see where he needs some fur, because he needs to be fuzzy. He needs to look like a wolf. It needs to go out here more. That looks better. There. Sometimes you have to step back up your drawing and look at it and see where you think it needs help. There, I think that looks pretty good. That's our wolf howling at the moon. right, so I think we're finished with our wolf. Remember to color it your choice of colors. And I just think it would be very dramatic to have a dark blue background with a light orange moon and a gray wolf. That would be pretty. Or any other thing that you want to do. It's yours. You can customize it and do whatever you like. So just remember, make it your own. So I hope you enjoyed making your wolf howling at the moon. Yours doesn't have to look exactly like mine, but I'm sure that you're doing a good job. Try to think about the wolf, and he's out all by himself and he's calling for his friends. And I'd love to see what you come up with. I'd love to see the colors that you use to color the moon and the sky and the wolf. That would be wonderful. So I hope that you will join me next time. We're going to do a different animal series, which I will think about. If you give me some ideas, I would be happy to do the animals that you suggest. So give me a little suggestion on my Facebook page or my Instagram page. I would love it. And I hope you have a wonderful time. I hope you enjoyed drawing this wolf. Show it to those that you love, and I'm sure they'll be impressed. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Artist Fun with Nonna. Bye.